The grand final is here, and with that, the last match that we're gonna have for the season, the last match for the year, and we're gonna see who gets to lift the trophy and who will fall at the final hurdle. So without further ado, let's look at the map veto of how it's gonna shake out between NRG versus Fnatic. And as you can see, NRG gets to have two bans, right? Since they went to the final through the upper bracket. And I think for NRG, I've gone with the straightforward bans, which is going to be Bind first of all. I think that's a set ban. They have not played that map yet at Champions, so they'll be eager to ban that map. Also, Fnatic just looked really, really insane on that map versus Bind. And yeah, I don't understand why Fnatic didn't pick that map versus NRG. But yeah, and then for the second ban, I've gone with Sunset. Now it could realistically also be Haven. It's got to be either of these two. Now with Sunset, the argument is they've also banned it every single time, or nearly every single time. They haven't played that map at Champions also, so right, that's a great reason for Energy not to pick that map, to ban it out. Yeah, because you don't want to play a map that you haven't played all tournament in the grand final. But I could also see them realistically banning Haven. They did so also in the last time when Fnatic and NRG met. And it's probably Fnatic's best map, so I think it would make a ton of sense to do that. But yeah, I've gone with NRG banning Sunset because I think you'd rather not play a map that you haven't played. But Fnatic looked really bad on that map, so yeah, it might realistically be Haven. And I think Haven is probably the smarter way to go about things for NRG, but I don't know, I just feel like they'll be very happy to not have to play either Bind or Sunset all tournament long. So that's why I've gone for these two bans. Then for NRG's first map pick, I think they're gonna go with Corrode. It's been their go-to map all tournament long. They've looked incredible pretty much every time we've seen them on that map. They look like the best team on Corrode. So yeah, I don't see a reason why NRG wouldn't continue to choose to pick it. Right, the last time these two teams met, Fnatic Bandit versus NRG as well. Now, granted, Fnatic looked really, really good on that map versus DRX as well. And when NRG played DRX, it was kind of close. It was a 13-11, I believe. And so because of that, you might think, ooh, maybe Fnatic is better on that map than NRG. But I think it's been very early on in the tournament, right? It was in the group stage, so because of that, I don't feel like um, you can really compare these two matching up against DRX because, well, NRG improved on that map over the course of the tournament, right? So I still think that NRG is the best Kuro team, and with Brock's Odin, they always look great on that map, and yeah, I just think NRG is the best team. So plus they've always had like that map high up, always had that as the highest prio map and always looked great. So I see them sticking with that. For Fnatic, if Haven doesn't get banned by Energy, they're clearly gonna pick it. I think it's their best map, as I've said, and I think out of the maps that are gonna go through, like genuinely only Haven and Bind are the only two maps where I'm confident that Fnatic are better than NRG on these maps. I think for Fnatic, for Lotus and Sunset, it's really close. They're both kind of 50-50 maps in my opinion. And yeah, Haven with Bind 100% getting banned by NRG. I think Haven is the only map that they would feel like a sure win, and so they should pick that map. Then for NRG next up, I think they're gonna pick Abyss. they picked it the last time around they played Fnatic. Corrode was obviously banned by Fnatic that time, and they beat Fnatic handedly on that map, so I think they have a clearly better understanding than Fnatic on that map, and they should feel confident that they can do the same again as they did the last time they played versus Fnatic on that map. For Fnatic's second map pick, I think they're gonna choose Lotus. It's just I think it's clearly their better map compared to Ascent, and they should have much more realistic of a shot on Lotus compared to Ascent. And yeah, because of that, I just think Fnatic has to pick Lotus, but I'm really worried that they might choose to pick Ascent instead, because they did pick it versus NRG the last time these two played against each other, so they must have somewhat high confidence on that map, where they picked it a lot of times throughout the tournament. They did lose a lot of times, which is why I'm not high on Fnatic on the map. And they might choose to pick Ascent because it also just went to overtime and then they lost in overtime, so maybe they feel like, oh, it was just a little bit that was missing, and we've improved since then, or we're just a better team since then, right? Because we played so well versus DRX, so maybe because of that they choose to pick Ascent, but I would prefer seeing them pick Lotus, which, as I've said earlier, is in my opinion kind of a 50-50 map, and I'm just giving Fnatic the slight edge over NRG on that map just based off of individuals, but realistically Brock might take over on that map with the Odin, so yeah, I think it's gonna be a really close map, and slight edge to Fnatic, also because I think we're gonna go all the way. We're gonna get 5 maps in that matchup. So yeah, because of that, I'm picking Fnatic on Lotus, which would leave Ascent as the last map. And as I've said, NRG beat Fnatic the last time in overtime on that map. And yeah, I still wouldn't say that it's like a 50-50 map, even though they played it so close the last time around, just because Fnatic now got repeatedly exposed on that map, and I just can't have trust in Fnatic on that map at all. So I do favor NRG by like 55-45 maybe. So yeah, overall I'm gonna go with a 3-2 for NRG, but realistically, if they choose to not ban Sunset and ban Haven instead, that eliminates one map where Fnatic should win for sure on, and then it would be another 50-50 map. So because of that, we might see like a 3-1 for NRG. But yeah, either way, I see NRG as clear favorites over Fnatic coming into this final, since yeah, they have the double map veto. So that's a huge reason why I think NRG are favorites, and that's a big bonus for NRG. And yeah, I think NRG are gonna win, but I think it's gonna be close and it's gonna go all the way to the last map. And yeah, overall, I just hope we get a great finals. I hope it's gonna be hype. I hope it's gonna deliver, and it's gonna be the last game of the year. So with that being said, maybe there's gonna be a bit about Ascension. We'll have to see how that works with my job. So we're gonna wait and see for that. But if not, we're gonna see each other as soon as the next season starts. So till then, I see you later.